All right, I am on my way to the movie theater to see the new Star Wars movie. The last Rise of the Skywalker. I don't know. It's hard to keep track. I'm generally a big Star Wars fan. I've been into it since I was in middle school, something like that. I remember my mom. One of my favorite memories as a kid was my mom sitting me down and showing me the original Star Wars, A New Hope. I think she just recorded it on the VCR. It was on TV one day, and she said, "Hey, I think you're gonna like this movie," and fell in love. Started collecting figurines when I was a kid. I mean, I was really big into it. But anyhow, I bought all of the new movies as they've come out on Blu-ray, and I don't really buy many movies. I've been a big fan of everything, so I hope they don't shit the bed with this one. I haven't been a very big fan of The Mandalorian. It's I think it's overhyped. I feel like they have overused cameos. They've got good people for them. They've done a good job acting in them, but it seems like they just use a lot of cheap tricks, a lot of cutesy gimmicks that I know Star Wars is known for to some degree, but they've kind of abused them. I generally like Jon Favreau, however you pronounce that, but I'm not the biggest fan of The Mandalorian. But oh well, whatever. It doesn't all have to be perfect. So yeah, on the way to see this movie. Hopefully it's good, and I guess we'll find out. So, Star Wars: The Last Skywalker, about The Last Jedi. I liked it. It wasn't the most mind-blowing Star Wars experience I've ever had. Far from it, actually. It's I don't want to say conclusion, because they're probably going to resuscitate the movie franchise at some point. Let it rest for a few years, and then capitalize on the whole trilogy setup again. But in general, it was an appropriate conclusion to the trilogy that they got started with this one. They could have done a lot of stuff better. They could have done a lot of stuff worse. There were lots of gimmicky little, I don't know, just kind of nonsense bits. There were several things that were just stupid. I don't know if I want to do a spoilers or no spoilers thing here, but there were several scenes that were just like, what in the hell? What? Why? Why? No major logical fallacies or anything like that, but it didn't have that punch, that kick. Whenever for me, historically, whenever I've seen a Star Wars movie, a new one, well, the episode 1, 2, and 3, those were all kind of a little different. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I liked it, but it didn't have that essence of Star Wars. It felt like the Star Wars movie. It was a Star Wars universe. It had so much of the stuff that you expect out of a Star Wars movie, but it didn't have that resonance that sticks with you after you watch it for the first time, where it's just like, it feels like it was important because it was the progression of the storyline of the characters of Star Wars, which, I mean, it was all those things. It just didn't have that, I don't know, that impact. So, I'm glad I saw it. I'll probably end up buying it just because brand loyalty, mostly. I own all the movies on Blu-ray, like I mentioned, and I can't just not have this one. And I'm sure with future viewings, I will continue to unwrap a little bit more and enjoy it a little bit more. But, all in all, it just kind of seemed like they did a fair job, or, a pretty good job of doing, the Star Wars movie that belongs in that spot. But they didn't blow my mind by any means. So, that's the gist of it. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know.